for first time to one holiday at a time. It's a podcast where we study the cinematic and the cultural side to the celebration times. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry.
You should be.
Oh.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. I'm Alex.
I'm Adela.
And it's the year number 2 of the podcast now.
Yep.
We're back. We're back from our break we took because we were moving. Oh, we're still moving, but
We're always going to be moving.
yeah, it's just gonna take a million years.
Yeah.
Because we got 2 months left at our old apartment, and then we're moving into a house now. So we just got 2 months to move. So we're just taking our time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still very stressful. Yep. But anyway, today, I think your microphone is still slipping a little bit.
I see it. I see it.
We got new microphone stands, so we're still trying to figure out the best method to have them work. But yeah, if you want to just hold it, it's still slipping.
I see that.
I'm just saying.
I don't want to hold it. I want this stupid mic stand to work.
Let me fix it. Hold on, we're gonna pause. Okay, we have fixed the mic.
It is up now.
Yep, it's up and working. But yeah, today we watched Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2. I've never seen this. You said you've seen it, right?
Duh.
Oh,
I used to
I'm
watch
sorry.
all the Pooh Bear stuff.
I never really did. I guess I only watched the major movies, except not even because
Not a true fan.
I only ever watched like the Piglet movie and the Tigger movie.
It's good.
Yeah, those are good ones.
I used to have like all of them on VHS. There was one where Christopher Robin had to go to school, but the writing got all messed up on the note he left Pooh Bear, so they thought he went to Skull. And they thought he was like dying.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's no good.
It's good. Gotta watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, this one is called Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2. It's a Christmas one.
Surprise!
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
So yeah, it started whatever one we watched started with some guy hanging out with like people in costumes.
Yeah, that was not a part of the original.
Yeah, it was weird.
I don't know what Dailymotion is doing.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh and Rabbit and Eeyore were all like humans in costumes, and it was like a live action thing. And then Tigger came in because they didn't have a Christmas tree, so he brought a palm tree. What a fool!
What is this, Futurama?
Seriously.
The Xmas tree.
but they put up the palm tree and they decorate it, and they're like, oh, Southern California, they got palm trees.
Got them.
Boom. But yeah, they decorate it and everything, and then that's just the end of that. Never see that again.
Whatever that was.
Yeah. So it's snowing. Christopher Robin is sitting around asking everybody. Now it's animated. It's not live action anymore.
It's better.
Yeah. Christopher Robin's asking everybody what they want for Christmas. Rabbit wants a fly swatter.
Mm-hmm.
Eeyore wants an umbrella to keep the snow off of his house.
Classic.
Yeah. Tigger wants a snowshoe for his tail.
Mm-hmm.
Because
like bounce.
Yeah. Also, Tigger sounded really weird in this one.
Yeah, he did.
He sounded like he was voiced by somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not a fan.
Yeah, everybody else sounded fine. It was just Tigger was like a little off.
Yeah.
And then Piglet can't decide, so he's just like, well, whatever Santa wants to bring is fine with me, which is like same. I don't know what's that. Remember like when you were a kid and you were like, man, I want this toy, and then like now we're adults. It's like, I don't know, buy me
some like water.
Give me money.
Yeah. Me buy what I need.
Yeah, because like I don't know what I want right now.
Yeah.
Table. Buy me a table.
So that's the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so same to Piglet. And then Christopher Robin wants a sled, and then the whole time Pooh is just like, ooh, you know what else Rabbit needs? Some honey.
So does Eeyore.
Ooh, I think Tigger would really like some honey as well.
Yeah, just in case somebody comes up and eats it.
Yeah, exactly. And Piglet, I mean, he doesn't know what he wants, but
he also wants honey.
Exactly.
Also same.
Mm-hmm. I never thought about it like this before, but like that's gotta. Well, actually, is it unhealthy? I don't know.
He's a bear. Don't bears eat honey?
Do they? Is that a thing?
And isn't there a honey bear?
No, I don't think so.
I
don't think that's a real thing, but maybe they eat honey. Who knows? Or maybe that was just like a fiction that came from.
Bears do.
They do? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think they eat, gallons full.
This literally says bears do love honey and are attracted to beehives, but unlike in Winnie the Pooh, the bears eat more than just honey.
Okay, well, yeah.
Oh, they also eat the bees.
Oh, just a mouthful of bees?
Apparently.
That's no good.
They eat the bees and the larva inside.
They just eat the whole dang thing.
I know. That's rude. Don't you know they're going extinct?
They should have that in a Winnie the Pooh, where he, instead of going into the beehive, he just takes a big old bite out of the beehive, like a watermelon or something. No. Except you don't bite watermelon like that, but
that's
you know what I mean.
Scary.
It's like a big old apple. And he's just like.
He's eating the beehive.
He's eating it. Well, let me see.
Oh, I can't make it bigger. Oh, I can't make it bigger.
Oh dear.
Oh dearie.
Let me see. Oh yeah, he's just munching on that beehive.
Yeah. Also, look at this one. It looks like he's dancing.
He's dancing with the beehive. So yeah, there's some pictures of some black bears just like taking a big old bite out of a whole beehive. So you bees better watch out. He's coming for you. He's gonna eat you.
Look at his tongue. Is that a real tongue?
Jeez, that is a very long tongue. Bears have very long tongues. And they also eat bees alive.
Fun fact.
I guess they might have like thick skin so they can't get stung or something, or maybe they just deal with it.
So long.
It's so strange.
Wow.
Another thing, like Winnie the Pooh. So he's like a Pooh, but like he's a bear.
What's a Pooh?
I don't know. Pooh. Oh, I guess a Pooh bear.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this last time we watched a Winnie the Pooh.
Did we?
Well, yeah. And also, it just always bothers me when everyone calls him Pooh. You know?
Why?
Because, like, his name's Winnie. His name is already Winnie.
Well, yeah, but people don't always go by their name.
I know. We already had this talk before, so
Did
I don't
we?
want to
Okay.
tread this ground again. It bothers me.
Well, it doesn't bother me. You're wrong.
But then again, well, we already talked about this. But then again, like all the other animals are also named their species instead of an actual name.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. Where even were? Oh yeah. So Christopher Robin writes all this down on a note to Santa, and then he throws it off a cliff.
He throws it to the wind.
Yeah,
that's gonna take it to the North Pole.
He puts it in an envelope and throws it just straight off a cliff, and the wind carries it to the North Pole.
Yeah, except it gets stuck in a tree.
Yeah, as we see later. So Piglet comes and visits Pooh, and Pooh drew like a Christmas tree on his wall and like nailed up a paper star, which is nice. I like that. But Piglet realizes Pooh never asked for a present.
Oh,
he
no.
only said that other people should get honey. So they decide to go catch the letter in the wind and add Pooh's present onto there. Mm-hmm. Piglet has a balloon for some reason.
That's how they're gonna float in the wind.
Oh, yeah, blow it up with your hair and float.
The wind.
But balloons don't get... I guess balloons get carried away in the wind.
Yeah?
But, like...
You ever had a party outside?
That's true. Okay. But then Piglet, he swallows it?
Swallows the air.
Oh, it was the air? I thought he swallowed the balloon itself.
No, it was the air.
Swallows all the air, and then he floats away.
He becomes a balloon.
Mm-hmm. Pooh tries to catch him, and then they float away, and then they fall down. Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
But they find the letter, stuck on, like, a tree, like a little tree branch thing. Mm-hmm. And they pick it up. Then Eeyore's house, we see Eeyore and Tigger hanging out. Eeyore's house breaks because of the snow.
Classic.
And he's like, oh, well. Then Pooh asks Tigger if he has a pencil, but he's like, nah, but, Rabbit probably has one. So they go over to see Rabbit. And at Rabbit's house, there's these little, like, worm, like, slug things. I don't know. I don't remember them from any, like, movies or videos.
They're only in this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess he just refers to them as bugs.
Yeah.
And I guess they eat his carrots because they, like, hatch a scheme to get into his house and eat his Christmas tree.
By caroling.
Yeah. It's weird. And they come out of his mailbox for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why they were hanging out in there. Maybe they were hiding.
In the mailbox?
Sure.
I guess. Whatever. Do you think they ever get mail?
It's cold outside.
Where did they get all their, like, supplies in the 100-Acre Wood? Like, I get it's a children's book, so obviously, like, whatever, but...
I don't think they get mail, because I think the houses are just, like, left over from other people living there. And that's why Pooh's house
says like, Mr. Saunders or whatever.
I'm gonna have to dig deep into this Pooh Bear lore.
Yeah, but, like...
Or also Christopher Robin always brings them stuff.
That's true. And I was going to say, like, I guess they don't really get their supplies anywhere because Rabbit is asking Santa for a new fly swatter.
That's true.
Which you could just, like, go to a store and get, but they can't go to the store, obviously. So, yeah, they go... the crew comes up to Rabbit's house and they're like, you got a pencil? He's like, yeah, I got a pencil. And then they're trying to write down Pooh's presents. And he's like, I want honey. And while we have this, do you guys want anything else? And Rabbit's like, yeah, I want this like sprayer that for bugs, like a bug sprayer thing. Yeah. And he says he's wanted one forever, but he was too afraid to ask. He was too afraid to ask Santa for a bug sprayer.
But you can get fly swatter. Those are like $1.
Yeah. So I guess he's scared of Santa. And then Tigger's like, well, Eeyore needs a new house. And then they get, I need some spring-powered snowshoes and stuff like that. They just keep adding on more things. They're just going wild. Mm-hmm. And then they realize it's halfway through Christmas Eve, so they got to get this note to Santa right away. So they throw the letter into the wind, but it just the wind's going all over the place, so it just comes right back to them and lands in Pooh's house. But meanwhile, Tigger, Eeyore, and Rabbit are trying to wake up Gopher to get him to like cut down a tree for some reason.
I don't know why they're gonna wake him up to do that.
I know, yeah, because
they had an axe.
Yeah, they cut to him having an axe for, like, you think because Gopher like maybe he bite the tree.
I thought that's what they were going for, but he
just cut it down with an axe. And he also looks strong as hell.
Right?
Like he picked up an entire tree by himself.
A huge tree.
Yeah, it was like the biggest tree in the forest. So dang, crazy. Yeah, they get him to cut down the tree, and then they just like also leave it there, so they didn't really need to cut it down in the first place.
No, they moved it because they moved it like on his home.
Yeah. So Pooh goes home, and the letter flies into his house, as I mentioned earlier, and he shows it to Piglet, and they like freak out. So Pooh goes to visit everyone dressed up as Santa to give them presents to make up for it. So he goes to Tigger, and Tigger just like buys it completely, and he's like, "Cool, Santa. Why aren't you coming down the chimney, though?" And he's like, "Oh, you're right." And so he goes down his chimney, and he gives him a barrel with a shoe on a spring on the bottom.
Perfect.
Yeah, and Tigger's like, "Heck yeah!" And then he jumps down, he bounces one time, boing up in the air, and then it breaks, and he gets real mad.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Then Pooh goes over to Rabbit and gives him like this little sprayer, which is just like a teapot with like a stick.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm going to get you, you bugs." And then it just breaks immediately. Like, it just falls apart for some reason. And then the bugs attack him, like...
with the fly swatter.
Yeah, so that happens. And then Tigger's, like, kind of mad, so he's, like, rallying everybody up. They go see Eeyore, and Eeyore's just stuck in a suitcase.
Some mobile home. Oh.
And then we see Piglet pulling Pooh. He's dressed up as, like, a little reindeer. They're going up a hill, and then Tigger, Rabbit, and Eeyore come to stop Santa. They're like, "Hey, you're not the real Santa." And he's like, "Yeah, I am.
I got a hat.
Yeah,
and a beard.
We got this, boots.
It's reindeer."
Yeah, and then Tigger's like, "Well, if you're real Santa, how about you fly?" And he's like, "Oh, okay." And so they just try to go up the hill, but then they slide back down the hill and crash into everyone. They crash into a tree.
Yeah, they are not Santa.
Yeah, everyone realizes that it's Pooh. And they figure out what happened with, like, the letter and everything. They're like, "Oh, you had the letter, you didn't give it to Santa." And Pooh's very sad, but he's like, "I'm going to take it to Santa myself. I'm going to go to the North Pole." And everybody's like, "No, it's going to be too long." He's like, "It's okay. I love my friends."
And he does it.
Yeah, he goes to the North Pole, except he just comes back and he gave up. Like a nerd.
Seriously.
He's just like, "I couldn't do it. Sorry. Whatever." But then, just as he comes back, Christopher Robin comes in on his sled. And he gives everybody their presents. Everybody gets all the nice things. Rabbit gets a fly swatter. Eeyore gets an umbrella. Tigger gets those bouncy shoe. I guess just snow shoes. What does he get?
A snowshoe.
Yeah, and then Piglet gets some sort of like cup thing with a thing on it.
Christopher Robin was Santa all along.
Yep. And then Pooh gets some honey.
Wow.
Woo.
Shocker.
Yeah. But let's talk about what we liked about it and do some gift giving. Yeah, it's very nice. I like it. Mm-hmm. The video we watched was very bad quality.
Yeah.
It's the only footage I could find of it.
It
was on Daily Motion, and like halfway through the audio got off. But anyway, again, it's gift giving. Gotta talk about what we like.
Yeah.
I like the, I like the message.
Pooh tried.
Yeah, helping out your friends.
Uh-huh.
And but you just gave up halfway through. So
yeah, help out but give up also.
Yeah. And then you get rewarded anyway.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I recommend it. It's only like 20 minutes.
Exactly. It's so good.
But let's toss
Sled.
what?
Sled.
I was gonna say let's write down the holidays and toss it into the wind, so it'll. No, that's bad.
It's celebration.
It's celebration tank. So it's still April, so the end of April, which means it is International Guitar Month, Keep America Beautiful Month, Lawn and Garden Month, Month of the Military Child, National Autism Awareness Month, National Donate Life Awareness Month, National Kite Month, National Pecan Month, National Safe Digging Month, National Welding Month, Records and Information Management Month, Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and Stress Awareness Month, and it is still Ridvan.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's also Tuesday, the 24th, which means it's Concord Day in Niger.
Happy Concord Day, Niger.
Yeah, it's the anniversary of the signing of the peace accord between the government of Niger and the Organization of Armed Resistance in 1995, and they have like parades and events and stuff.
That's fun.
Yeah, what's next?
Pigs in a Blanket Day.
Happy Pigs in a Blanket Day.
They're hot dogs or sausages wrapped in a biscuit or croissant and baked.
Have you ever had pigs in a blanket?
Yeah.
They're very good.
They're okay.
I'm a fan. I used to eat them all the time. I'm not a huge fan of hot dogs by themselves, really. So you gotta jazz them up a little bit.
With the blanket.
Yeah, put them in a blanket, put a nice buttery croissant.
Nice cozy croissant.
Yeah. My family would also do the classic, like, cheap food thing where they put hot dogs in mac and cheese. That's not as good.
I never had hot dogs and mac and cheese.
You're not missing much there. It's literally just hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Oh.
But yeah, I've never been a huge fan of hot dogs. I'm more of a sausage man. I like a nice bratwurst.
I don't like Polish dogs.
They're kind of like fancier hot dogs,
but not fancy enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you got to get the bratwurst. Yeah. You got to get the good stuff.
That's the good.
We went to when we were in Las Vegas we were in the Mesa Caledonian Pipe Band, and we went up there for a competition, a pipe band competition. And we went to this German restaurant called the Hofbrauhaus. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a fucking nightmare. But they had good food. I got like a sausage plate with like two like bratwurst kind of things, and then 2 Polish sausages, and just a bunch of sauerkraut and mashed potatoes, and it was very good.
It looked good.
But it was just the worst. It was just like there was like a DJ
there.
You
needed to drink more.
There was like a DJ there, and like it was like he was playing every single song that you can like think of any song that people as a group will sing along to, and he played every single one of those. And so it was all just a bunch of drunk people singing along, and then everyone was like, come on, you guys sing along. I was like, please, I just want to eat my sausages.
See, but we should have pre-gamed instead of pre-gaming.
I still would not have had a good time.
I don't know.
When I get drunk, I don't like want to sing in public.
But you want to have more fun, right?
I don't know. I don't think that's fun. I don't think audience participation and pandering is fun. They're like, sorry. We're in this like authentic German restaurant. Let's play the national anthem for no fucking reason.
Right?
And like force everyone to stand up on the tables and stuff. It was really weird. But it was good food. I don't know.
Would you go back?
Well, they said the DJ night was only Friday and Saturday, so any day other than Friday and Saturday, I'd probably go.
Do you think it's not as hype?
I mean, they still have that like band, that like German band that played, which was like
that's true, yeah.
That was chill. I don't care. It's still super loud as hell, though.
I know.
Like, I don't understand why people think loud restaurants would be fun, because like when you're at a restaurant, you want to like eat and talk and have fun, but it's just like constant loud songs and like yelling and someone on a microphone, like it's
like the Taco Bell Cantina.
Yeah,
like it's so good, but also I can't fucking say anything.
They just have like a DJ at the Taco Bell Cantina, and it's so loud.
Yeah,
but like it's so loud at the Hofbrauhaus that they have to put numbers for every.
No, that's for pronunciation.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, you're right, because everything's like authentic German.
Yeah.
So, but they have like numbers for each item on the menu. But it's just so loud there, and it was a terrible time. But I'd probably go back any other day other than Friday and Saturday, which would be the only days we would ever go there. Because the pipe band competitions are always on the weekend. So I'm never going back, I guess. Anyway, it's also Genocide Remembrance Day in Armenia.
Happy Genocide Remembrance Day, Armenia.
Yeah, it commemorates the victims of the Armenian Genocide of 1915. In the capital of Armenia, Yerevan. Sorry, hundreds of thousands of people walk to the Sitzer-Nakabird Genocide Memorial to lay flowers at the eternal flame that they have there.
Nice.
Yeah. And we'll move on to Wednesday the 25th. What do you got?
Administrative Professionals Day.
Happy Administrative Professionals Day.
This day coincides with the National Secretaries Week. Yeah. I don't know where the origin came from, but that's probably what it was.
Okay. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Army Day in North Korea.
Happy Army Day, North Korea.
It commemorates the day of the creation of the Korean People's Army in 1932.
Nice.
What's next?
Anzac Day.
Happy Anzac Day.
It's a national day of remembrance in Australia and New Zealand that broadly commemorates all Australians and New Zealanders who served and died in all wars, conflicts, and peacekeeping operations, and the contribution and suffering of all those who served. Observance on April 25th each year, Anzac Day was originally devised to honor the members of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps Anzac.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Thank
job.
you. It's also Liberation Day in Italy.
Happy Liberation Day, Italy.
Commemorates the end of the Italian Civil War and the end of the Nazi occupation of the country during World War II.
Good job.
What's next?
East meets West Day.
Happy Eats meets Wetzel's Pretzels Day.
No.
That's what I call it. I go to Wetzel's Pretzels.
A war holiday, and you're making fun of it.
I'm sure they're like pretzels.
I mean, probably. This is at the point that World War II had been happening for 6 years. Tons of things happened. It required a coordinated effort from both American troops in the East and Soviet armies from the West. The units were not supposed to make contact with each other. They were given orders to remain in the eastern and western banks of the river, while officers from each division formalized occupation of Berlin. However, when the two armies met on April 25th south of Berlin, outside of Torgau on the River Albi, patrols were sent across the river in a small boat. The first to make contact with American First Lieutenant Albert Kotzebue and Soviet Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Gardev, along with the two commands. And then some photographers took pictures of the Eastern meeting the Western Front.
Nice. That reminds me, I don't know why that reminded me, but I read something the other day about, I don't remember what war it was. It might have been World War II, but it was a battle between the Americans, Canadians, and against the Japanese. And I think it took place in Canada. And the Americans and the Canadians got intel that there were Japanese troops in this area. Mm-hmm. So they're like, okay, we're going to go up there real quick and we're going to attack them. And so they got there. And the Japanese, they just left before they even got there. They're just like, oh, these people are coming, so we're going to leave. Oh. So America and Canada got there both at the same time, and they're just they're squinting, and they're like, is that Japanese people? I might as well shoot at them. So America and Canada just shot at each other because both of them thought they were Japanese, and the Japanese weren't even there. They just left.
That's great.
So and 300 people died. So, I don't remember what war that was in, but yeah, that's a fun fact.
Wow, okay.
I don't know why that reminded me of that. Anyway, it's Liberty Day in Portugal.
Happy Liberty Day, Portugal.
Yeah, it's also known as the Carnation Revolution. It was commemorates the military coup in Lisbon, Portugal on the 25th of April, 1974, where they overthrew the authoritarian regime of Estado Novo. It's called the Carnation Revolution because no shots were fired, or almost no shots were fired that day. And the population took to the streets to celebrate the end of the dictatorship and put carnations in the muzzles of the rifles and on the uniforms of the army men.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
National DNA Day.
Happy National DNA Day.
It was first celebrated in the U.S. on April 25th, 2003 by the proclamation of both the Senate and the House of Representatives as a one-time celebration. But each year after that, there's been lots of organizations, and the National Human Genome Research Institute kept going and celebrating it.
Nice. It's also National Flag Day for the Faroe Islands.
Happy National Flag Day, Islands.
Yep. Here's the flag right here.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Go look up the Faroe Islands flag. It's a red cross with like a blue outline tipped on its side and then like a white background. The design of the flag incorporates the red Nordic cross, which is offset to the left, like I said. And that's behind a white field. Yeah, I already said all that. The white symbolizes the creators of the flag, the foam of the sea, and the pure radiant sky of the Faroe Islands, while the old blue and red colors are reminiscent of other Scandinavian and Nordic flags, representing the Faroe Islands' bonds with other Nordic countries.
The sky is blue.
You should tell them.
Oh, yeah.
They're
It's
like,
not
oh,
white.
it's white for the sky.
That's the clouds.
No, that's the sky. No, the blue's the clouds.
No.
What if it was the clouds, though?
Shit.
Dang.
It's not.
Oh, but what?
But it's not.
That's what the government wants you to think.
Oh.
What's next?
Freaking National Telephone Day.
Happy National Telephone Day.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks.
Appreciate that telephone.
Ring,
Ring, ring.
ring, ring.
Hello?
Oh, what's that? Watson, can you hear me?
What?
Wasn't that what Alexander Graham Bell, the first thing he said on the telephone?
Oh, I don't know.
Man, I don't know.
Bye.
He just called his friend in the other room. Like, he just talked to him, man.
But it's a telephone.
Oh, wow. Fancy man.
Ooh.
Why don't you Alexander Graham Bell more like Alexander Graham
Fancy man. But got him.
Dang. Okay.
No.
It's also Sinai Liberation Day in Egypt.
Happy Sinai Liberation Day, Egypt.
Yeah, it celebrates the liberation of the land of Sinai from occupation back to Egyptian sovereignty.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
National Zucchini Bread Day.
Happy National Zucchini Bread Day.
Go eat some.
Have you had zucchini bread before?
No, I don't think so.
It's very good. It's like sweet, but it's made with zucchini.
That's weird.
It's like banana bread, but it's zucchini.
But does it taste like banana?
No, it doesn't. Well, it just tastes like a sweet bread. It doesn't taste like zucchini though. I don't know how they do it, and I don't know why they do it, but it's good.
I don't know.
Oh. It's also Vietnamese King's Commemoration Day.
Happy Vietnamese King's Commemoration Day.
Yeah, it honors the Hung Vong or Hung Kings. Remember, they pay tribute to the contribution of them because they were the traditional founders of the nation and became the first emperors. And it takes place, the commemoration, the festivities take place from the 8th to the 11th days of the 3rd lunar month.
Nice.
What's next?
World Penguin Day.
Happy World Penguin Day.
It coincides with the annual northward migration of penguins. This happens each year on or around April 25th.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like penguins.
Me too. Wah, wah. Wah.
Anyway, it's also, move on to Thursday the 26th. It's World Intellectual Property Day.
Happy World Intellectual Property Day.
Yeah, it's created to help people learn about the role that intellectual property rights play in encouraging innovation and creativity. So if you got an invention, go patent it. Okay. And now it's yours. Or don't patent it if you want to share it with the world. But
no.
You want to make that. You want to make that money. You
That's
want to make
sweet zucchini bread.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's next?
Huggin' Australian Day.
Happy Huggin' Australian Day.
It's a wildcat holiday. Don't hug them.
Don't you think if they really wanted to do that one good, they would have made it on Anzac Day?
Do you think they do research before they make holidays?
No.
Exactly.
It's also National Help a Horse Day.
Happy National Help a Horse Day.
Yeah, it's created by the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, just to bring awareness to abandoned and neglected horses from around the country.
Nice.
Yeah, so go help out that horse.
Go pick up a horsey.
If you look sad, give him a carrot.
There you go.
Or a sugar cube. They eat those two.
Yeah.
What's next?
Your favorite holiday? National Pretzel Day.
Yeah, happy National Pretzel Day.
Began in 2003 when Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell declared April 26th National Pretzel Day to acknowledge the importance of the pretzel to the state's history and economy.
I like pretzels.
I like the cinnamon ones from Wetzel's Pretzels.
Yeah, those are good. They had a big old pretzel at the Hofbrauhaus, and that was very good.
Yeah, that was real good. And then that cheese.
Yeah, they had like a cheese sauce. See that restaurant? It was very good, except for everything other than the food.
That atmosphere.
Yeah, it was awful. And it was crowded. Like, it wasn't really crowded in terms of, like, people, but just, like, the tables are very close together.
The tables would have been fine if we didn't have extra people.
Yeah, we had, like, 1 million people at our table.
So they have put out another table.
Like literally any other day and any other time, any other scenario would have been much better for me, but it was just like the worst.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The food was good.
The food was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it a lot, and yeah, it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's also Richter Scale Day.
Happy Richter Scale Day.
Yeah, it's observed annually on this day, and it honors the birth of Charles F. Richter, who was the inventor of the Richter scale. It was published in 1935 and immediately became the standard measure of earthquake intensity. Since then, they've created better scales for earthquake intensity since earthquakes have gotten worse. But it's the most popular one.
Okay.
Nobody knows what the other ones are. No one.
No one?
Nope. They're like, man, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's like Richter scale too.
Is it a seismograph?
Yeah.
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's next? Well, like the scale is like, it's not the machine. It's the how you measure it, like magnitude 1.
No, I know. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
What's next?
Take your daughter to work day.
Happy Take Your Daughter to Work Day.
Which is actually Take Our Children to Work Day.
Ooh, oh, I'm sorry. I wrote that down wrong then.
Yeah. It's the 4th Thursday in April, and it started out with as Take Our Daughter to Work Day, and then in in 2003, it was expanded to include boys, but most companies already allowed boys, but they just added it to the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also Union Day in Tanzania.
Happy Union Day, Tanzania.
Yeah, on April 26, 1964, the East
Isn't
African...
it Tanzania?
Is it Tanzania? It might be Tanzania. But yeah, in 1964, the East African countries of Tanganyika and Zanzibar merged to form the United Republic of Tanzania. Union Day celebrates this merger. Did I say it wrong again? Tanzania, yeah. I said it wrong again. So yeah, Tanzania.
That's fun.
And it's also, now we move on to Friday the 27th. What do you got?
It's Arbor Day.
Happy Arbor Day.
Spanish village of Montenegro held the first documented arbor plantation festival in the world, organized by its mayor in 1594. The place remains as Alameda de los Remedios, and it is still planted with lime and horse chestnut trees. And it's really nice. And the first modern Arbor Day initiative, launched in 1805 by the local priest with enthusiastic support. Yeah, go plant a tree.
Nice. I will not. Because trees don't grow very well in Arizona.
You can plant a cactus.
There you go.
That doesn't give us oxygen, though.
It gives water to itself.
Yeah. It's a Palo Verde tree.
There we go. Well, that's not a tree.
It is.
Oh, no, Palo Verde. Okay. Oh, I was thinking aloe vera. That's what I was thinking.
That is not
Why did I think that?
What?
Yeah, you can plant a Palo Verde. Those grow good here.
Yeah.
Oh, except no, because then those attract the Palo Verde beetles. Ooh. Oh, those things suck. Nah. You ever seen those?
I've never seen one.
Ooh, they're very
those
very
are the
big.
buzzy boys, right?
They're the big boys. No, the buzzy boys, those are cicadas. Palo Verde beetles are like the largest beetle in North America.
You would know that.
Yeah, because I hate... I'm fine with bugs. It's just the flying ones that scare me. I hate cockroaches. I hate, those boys. And they got those long antennas.
Those are some big boys.
I know.
Oh, look at him. He's lifting off.
I know, it's terrible. And there was one outside my house, or my mom's apartment one day when I was in high school. And I just sat there. Because I went to go outside and it was there, and I closed the door. And I stayed inside and I watched the door to make sure it didn't get in. And it was still outside the next day. And what happened? I think my mom went out and sprayed it with bug spray, and she's like, I think it's dead. And so I was like, and then I looked outside and I was like lying there, and I was like, why does it have a gun? It's a little drawing of a Palo Verde beetle with a gun.
I don't know.
But yeah, I was like, and so I went outside and I stepped on it, and it was just like, it was like hard. Like I had to like press down.
They have a shell.
Yeah, it was gross, and like I didn't know if it was actually dead or not. It was terrible. Terrible.
It's you.
Yep, that's me. It's the Simpsons meme where Homer goes into the bush. Anyway, what's next? The Day of Uprising Against Occupation in Slovenia.
Happy day.
Yeah, it commemorates the establishment of the Liberation Front in 1941. Slovenia, then part of Yugoslavia, was occupied by Nazis, And then later that month, in 1941, in response to the foreign occupation, Slovenia formed the Liberation Front, and they became an army against the fascists, and they took it back over.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
King's Day.
Happy King's Day.
It's also known as Koningsdag, and it's a national holiday in the Kingdom of the Netherlands, celebrated on the 27th of April, or the 26th if the 27th is a Sunday. And it marks the birth of King Willem Alexander.
Nice.
Yes.
It's also Freedom Day in South Africa.
Happy Freedom Day, South Africa.
It celebrates freedom and commemorates the first post-apartheid elections held on this day in 1994.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
It is National Day of Silence.
Happy National Day of Silence.
It's a student-led movement to protest bullying and harassment of the LGBT community. The Day of Silence brings... illustrates to the schools and the colleges how the intimidation, name-calling, and general bullying has a silencing effect. Participating students take a long vow of silence as part of and it was created as part of a class assignment on nonviolent protests at the University of Virginia. Started in 1996.
Nice. I remember people doing that at our high school. Like put duct tape on their mouths.
You gotta ask permission from your school before organizing your own day of silence.
Fuck that. Just do it. Who cares? Oh, Mr. Principal, can I not talk? Just do it. Who gives a shit? Fuck the man.
Look at you, Mr. Rebel Boy over here.
I don't need a old white guy to tell me that I'm allowed to protest. It's my dang rights, idiot.
How? You're grounded unless you make a apology.
No.
On the grapevine.
No.
Oh.
On the grapevine?
I made a Degrassi reference.
Oh, yeah,
and
okay.
You missed
well, that's
it.
what I thought, but like... Okay, it's also Great Prayer Day in Denmark.
Happy Great Prayer Day, Denmark.
It's a consolidation of several minor Roman Catholic holidays, which the church observed. They used to observe in Denmark. But back in like 1771, during the reign of Christian VII, Prime Minister Count Johann Friedrich von Struensee, he was in power, and he's like, man, we got too many Catholic holidays. How about we just get them all, we squish them, and we make Great Prayer Day. And that's what he did. So it's just kind of like, do your thing, celebrate being a Roman Catholic.
That's fun.
Yeah, what's next?
National Prime Rib Day.
Happy National Prime Rib Day.
Go eat one.
It's also Independence Day in Sierra Leone.
Happy Independence Day.
They got their independence from Great Britain in 1961.
Good job.
What's next?
Tell a Story Day.
Happy Tell a Story Day.
Do it.
Okay, one time I got a good story.
Oh boy, okay.
I probably have told you about this before, but I don't think I said it on the podcast. There was one time I was turning 6, I think. I was like gonna turn 6 in like a week, and I got a bike, and I was learning how to ride the bike. Oh no, I had a bike, but they took the training wheels off, and I was a cool kid. So I was at my grandma's house, and they have like like a driveway, and I was like, check it out, I'm gonna ride this bike, and they're like, cool. So I rode it, and I realized I didn't know how to turn yet. I just knew how to ride the bike. So I just so my grandma's house faces the street, and then across from the street is a curb, and then across from that curb there used to be a bunch of cacti. So I didn't know how to turn, so I just kept going. I didn't know how to brake either, so I just hit the curb and fell into a cactus.
Good job.
Yeah, and then after that, my parents went to the store and bought a bunch of Elmer's glue, because I guess they heard that like if you put Elmer's glue, because it wasn't like one of the big thorny cactuses. It was like the fuzzy ones that get all over the place. So they like put Elmer's glue on it, and then you peel it off when it dries, and then it pulls all the thorns out with it, all the teeny thorns.
So you had to sit there for like 20 minutes while
yeah,
the glue dried.
But they felt so bad for me that they gave me my birthday present early, which was a VHS copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Nice.
Yeah. That's my story.
Good
Do you have a story?
Sure, I got a cactus story.
Okay.
One time it was really windy, so I went out to go pick some stuff up, and I stepped on like all the cactus needles from my neighbor's stuff. so I had to walk back inside without dying. And then my mom had to use a sewing needle to get them out of my foot.
A sewing needle?
Yeah, because they were like in my foot, so she used a needle to get in there, and
that's terrible.
that's bad.
That's terrible. You know those like little they call them stickers?
Yeah, those are always
what are
in
those?
my yard. Thorns? I don't know where they come from.
Yeah, where do they come from? They're always just all over the place. I hope you guys know what we're talking about. There's just like those little like pointy things.
Little pokey boys.
They're just on the ground.
All
I don't
the
know
time.
what they're from.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's also Independence Day in Togo.
Happy Independence Day, Togo.
Yeah, they gained their independence from France in 1960.
Good job.
Now it's Saturday the 28th. What do you got?
Great Poetry Reading Day.
Happy Great Poetry Reading Day.
Read me some poetry.
Okay. I fell in a cactus. Ow.
That was deep.
Thank you. It's also Afghan Victory Day in Afghanistan.
Happy Afghan Victory Day, Afghanistan.
It commemorates the day when Mujahideen rebel forces overthrew Mahatma Najibullah, his Democratic Republic of Afghanistan in 1992. It's celebrated mostly by former Mujahideen in Afghanistan, mostly because it was the marking of the beginning of the Civil War. So most people are like, I don't think we should celebrate this because it was kind of like bad. But some people are like, heck yeah, man. It was a very divisive holiday. But what's next?
Kiss Your Mate Day.
Yeah, be Kiss Your Mate Day.
Thought this would be like a dumb wildcat holiday, but it's not. Just do it.
We're across from the table, so I can't.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Matey.
It's also Children's Day in Colombia.
Happy Children's Day, Colombia.
To go celebrate your children.
Okay.
What's next?
National Blueberry Pie Day.
Happy National Blueberry Pie Day.
Go eat some.
Nom, nom, nom. It's also National Superhero Day.
Happy National Superhero Day.
Yeah, it's created in 1995 by Marvel Comics.
Nice.
Yeah, who's your favorite superhero?
Iron Man.
You like Iron Man? I don't know who my favorite superhero is. I like Silver Surfer a lot.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah. Kinda.
He's a bad guy in the Fantastic Four movie.
But then he eventually becomes a good guy.
No, well, Iron Man's always a good guy.
Not true.
Not true?
Well, there's the whole Civil War stuff, so whose side are you really on, you know?
I don't know anything about that part of it.
It's like Captain America and Iron Man. I think what I never really read the Civil War comics, but I think what it was they were starting the Superhero Registration Act, where like it's like in The Incredibles, where they're like, you got to register yourself with the government and you got to reveal your secret identity to the government and tell them your powers, and they'll have like a database of all the superheroes. And then I think Captain America or Iron Man, one of them is like against it, and then the other one is for it. And so that's what Civil War is all about, is like the superheroes are against each other.
I think I'd be against it.
Yeah. I think in the comics it was started by Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, but in the movie that they made, I don't think they had the rights to Fantastic Four yet, so I don't think they were in the movie. Again, I don't know. I haven't read the comics, so maybe I'm just like talking nonsense right now.
But also, I mean, technically Iron Man doesn't actually have any superpowers.
That's true.
So he doesn't have to register.
Mm-hmm.
He's a loophole.
Exactly. But he's still a vigilante or whatever.
Civil War.
You did it. Good job. It's also, it's your turn. What am I talking about?
It's my turn. Happy my turn.
Happy your turn.
It's Workers' Memorial Day.
Happy Workers' Memorial Day.
It was started by the Canadian Union of Public Employees in 1984. It was first recognized in the United States in 1989. It's a national and international day of remembrance and action for workers killed, disabled, injured, or made unwell by their work. And the slogan for this day is remember the dead, fight for the living.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also St. Pierre Chanel Day in Wallis and Futuna.
Happy day.
Yeah, it's celebrated on April 28th in honor of St. Peter, or Pierre Chanel. It was the patron saint of Futuna, and it's like a feast day.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we'll move on to Sunday the 29th. What do you got?
It's National Peace Rose Day.
Happy National Peace Rose Day.
A peace rose is a light yellow to large cream-colored flower, and it has kind of crimson pink petal edges, and it's a hybrid tea rose. And yeah.
Nice.
It's a flower.
Okay. It's also International Dance Day.
Happy International Dance Day.
It's created by the Dance Committee of the International Theatre Institute, and the event takes place every 29th of April in honor of the birth of Jean-Georges Noverre, who's the creator of modern ballet. And the day strives to encourage participation in education and dance through, festivals and events and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
National Shrimp Scampi Day.
Happy National Shrimp Scampi Day.
Shrimp scampi is cooked with butter, garlic, lemon juice, and white wine.
Nice.
Go eat
I
some.
like shrimp scampi. It's very
Me too.
good.
It's very good. Let's make some.
Okay.
I haven't made it in a while.
Yeah. We usually make, what is it? The shrimp Alfredo thing. Or, no, what am I thinking? The crab Alfredo.
The crab pasta.
Yeah.
But then we also make the spaghetti squash shrimp scampi.
Oh, yeah, that's very good. We've made shrimp scampi with spaghetti squash, which is very
It's
good.
very good.
Spaghetti squash, it doesn't taste like
Doesn't
spaghetti.
taste anything like spaghetti.
But it tastes good.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah. We should make that. We haven't made that in a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's also Showa Day in Japan.
Happy Showa Day, Japan.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that also. It honors the birthday of Emperor Showa, or Hirohito, who's the reigning emperor from 1926 to 1989. And according to the now defunct Democratic Party of Japan, the purpose of the holiday is to encourage public reflection on the turbulent 63 years of Hirohito's reign.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
It's National Zipper Day.
Happy National Zipper Day.
You appreciate that zipper.
Zip, zip, zip,
Zip, zip.
zip, zip. Move on to Monday the 30th. It's Liberation Day / Reunification Day in Vietnam.
Happy Liberation Day / Reunification Day, Vietnam.
Yeah. It marks the event when Viet Cong and North Vietnamese troops captured Saigon on April 30th, 1975. This signaled the end of the Vietnam War, and it was the start of the transition period towards reunification, which occurred on July 2nd, 1976. And they both formed to become the modern Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Nice.
Yeah, what's next?
Hairstylist Appreciation Day.
Happy Hairstylist Appreciation Day.
Appreciate them.
Thank you, hairstylist.
Thank you.
That's also a National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day.
Happy National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day.
Do it.
Okay.
Okay. What's next?
National Oatmeal Cookie Day.
Happy National Oatmeal Cookie Day.
Eat some.
Okay. I like oatmeal cookies. Everybody always hates on them, but I like
think
them.
they're good.
Yeah, I even like oatmeal raisin cookies.
I don't hate them.
Yeah. Everybody's like, whoa, I thought it was chocolate. And it's like, why don't you look at it for a second?
It is disappointing. It's
Okay.
a cookie. I just pick it up and eat it. I'm not looking at it.
It's also National Honesty Day.
Happy National Honesty Day.
It's the day encourages honesty and straightforward communication in your whole life. And it was invented by M. Hirsch Goldberg, who chose the last day of April. It always takes place the last day of April for two reasons. First, since the first day of the month is April Fool's Day, he wanted to do and now it's Honesty Day. And then second, which I don't know why this has anything to do with honesty, it was the day of the first inauguration of George Washington in 1789. So I guess he was honest or something.
Isn't that Abe? Good old Abe
Good
Lincoln.
Old Abraham.
Honest Abe.
Honest Georgie. And what's the last holiday of this week?
It's the National Raisin Day.
Happy National Raisin Day.
Speak of the devil.
It's not a devil. It's a grape.
Oh.
A teeny old grape. And I like it. I like those raisins. I like Raisinets. Those are good chocolate covered raisins. I'm a fan of raisins.
I don't like raisins. I like them when they're in cookies because you have cookie around it.
Well, I like raisins. Whatever.
Well, whatever. There's meaning behind it. So
What is it?
the first National Raisin Day was celebrated in 1909 and promoted by the raisin growers of California. Advertisements were all over the place. And, yeah.
Nice. And that's it.
That's all.
Yep. Go, like and subscribe. Just give us a rating on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher you use.
Podcatcher.
That's what they're called, like the apps you download that have
That's weird.
you're able to listen to podcasts on, called podcatchers. Yeah, give us a 5-star or whatever star
5-star.
you feel that we
All
deserve.
of
But I mean, yeah, come on.
Don't rate us, but you're not going to give us all the stars.
Come on, please.
Come on.
And then tell your friends about the show. Say, hey, check this out. This guy talked about a nightmare that he had at the Hofbrauhaus. Why don't you listen to that? Isn't that fun?
So fun.
you know, pretty much it. I mean, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever you'd like. You can find us all over the place.
We are there.
We are all over the place.
In your closet.
Yeah, look under the bed. It's the
Surprise.
podcast. It's a surprise. It's National The Podcast is Under Your Bed Day.
You forgot a holiday.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, it's our anniversary.
Yeah.
The 28th is our anniversary. I mean, I would remember it on the day, but I forgot to put it on the calendar. I'm so sorry.
How could you forget?
We officially got married on April 28th, 2017.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
I don't know if we've talked about that on the podcast before, but yeah, we just got married because we were like, it's easy just to do it in Vegas, and then we'll have like a.
And also, my dream has always been a drive-through wedding.
Yeah, we got married in the same drive-through that Michael Jordan got married.
I know.
That was like their big claim to fame. So me and MJ, we are the same pretty much. So
pretty much, honestly.
Might as well put me in Space Jam 2.
Boom.
Yeah, but I love you.
I love you.
And that's all. The holidays.
You gotta talk about what you're getting me.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about what I'm
That's
getting
part of the
you.
holiday.
No. Well, yeah, that's it. So thanks so much for listening. Tell all your friends, or don't tell your friends. Just keep it a secret between us. Shh. Don't tell nobody, except tell some people if you want.
Tell everybody.
But anyway, yeah, thank you.
That's it. Them's the days.
Them's the days.
Bye.